The third Saturday in October. A simple name in a complex rivalry. For one side, the Big Orange is just not a color they can sit with, and the other side, Crimson, has them seeing red. Easy to assume everyone here has a lighter in hand, and now we get to see who will use it. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see, the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Tennessee Volunteers, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Vols will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Alabama Crimson Tide offense will take the field for the first possession of this game. The Big Orange able to escape with a close win the last time they saw the Tide.
The last game, Tennessee came out fired right out of the gate. They were ready to go. They were locked in, dialed in. David, in this one, they're going to have to do that again. You cannot get behind the Tide in a game of this magnitude.
No, but how about last year building confidence for this year? Knowing that you beat the mighty Crimson Tide, it gives you confidence. You know you can do it again. Start this game off with that confidence.
Give from the gun. Fights off the defender. Forges ahead. Picks up about 3 to the 29. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Pass interference. Defense.
They decline the penalty for pass interference, and they'll stand on the results of the play. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quick release on the RPO. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Turning it on! Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. The Tide with the 1st and 10. These corners going to give these receivers some space. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Makes the catch. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
An ill-advised play by that defender as he makes contact with the quarterback well after the throw, and it'll cost his defense. And guys, bringing the heat is what any defense is about, but you have to stop short of making that official reach for his flag. Got his man quickly. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On 1st and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
They'll try to slam it in. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Well, this is very interesting because now down here in the red zone, you know it's not going to be easy throwing it because the windows are small. Can they run the ball against the best run defense in the entire nation? This is as big a challenge as you're going to find offensively.
Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. Here comes the field goal unit. Let's see uprights. Good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And he'll take that first drive. Like, you wanted a touchdown, but you gave the people here at home something to cheer about on that first drive. Move the football enough to get your kicker an opportunity and to put 3 on the board.
They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. On the move from inside is 5. The coverage team maintains its discipline, not much doing on that return. So the Tennessee Volunteers offense has its first opportunity of the day. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, Dave.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football. But we can't turn it over. Just those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. When you're going backwards, and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
Makes the grab on the left. There he goes. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. Give to the back. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Leaves it with the running back. Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. On the run, fires downfield. Oh, and he just flat dropped it. You do not see this guy do that very often. It'll be 4th down.
Well, on 3rd and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on 4th down.
That made the catch, and the defense will force a turn. Down. Here comes that Alabama offense. So they've put up some early points and now to build on this 3-0 lead. Hold it, finds his man on the left.
Well, this guy's not easy to bring down. They just throw him a simple hitch pass, but he's got so many moves out in the open field. You've got to get a lot of hats to the football to get that guy down, prevent him from scoring on big plays.
Gives it on the option. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. A big play. Gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44. Alabama quickly back to the line.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the outcome...
It's a fumble. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
As a defender, you love the big hits. And you know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you get the big hit and force the fumble.
They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Off play action on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Intercepted for the 11th time. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Some defensive players just have a name. I've played with guys throughout the course of my career that you can't coach it. It's not speed. It's not strength. It's literally, I know when to...
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. Despite all the bitterness in the Alabama-Auburn rivalry, to many, this game, Alabama-Tennessee, has the richest tradition, and the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. It's complete on the right side. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're in makeable field goal range. They could tie the game, but instead they'll go for it on fourth down. Trying to do it on the ground. Will not get there. A fourth down stop.
Low man wins. Defense that time on fourth down was expecting run. You saw at the point of attack how they just dominated. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Breaks into the open. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Running back searching for a hole. There to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. And they've swapped into the field, and we'll get it going in the second. Tried to pound it on first down, now back to the line. Motion from the wideout. On the ground, it's Hobb. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged out of the air. Shoved out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 15-yard line, and this offense is doing work.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on third down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Lost yardage on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Back to pass. He's got it and still on his feet. He stopped just short of the goal line at the 1. An explosive play has him set up. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Volunteers have it with a 1st and goal. Give to the fullback. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Quarterback sneaks it ahead. Sneak gets it done.
The defense knew coming into this game they were going to have their hands full. Not only did they have to worry about these running backs in the running game, they had to worry about the quarterback as well. On designed runs and on scrambles, they didn't have an answer for him right there.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 7-3. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week in the ACC, fellas. NC State is just getting blown off the field today. This has been a gong show since the opening kick. How does something like this happen? They're trailing by 17 to Clemson. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come. .25-yard line. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field, find those guys down the field.
And you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. And this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on 3rd down. Back to pass, it's Dennis. Under fire. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Looks as if the Tide will punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Nestles it in at the 35. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oaks. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. To the air on 1st down. Quickly out to the tight end. Oh, he's got some space. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's 1st down. Handoff from the gun. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
That's just really nice catch by the big tight end, throwing his mitts up there, catching the football.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down on the Saban field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the 1st down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Might be changing the route. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to throw on 1st down. Finds his big tight end. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On the run is Hobbs. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime. The Volunteers will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. Big fella moving. Give him 6. Touchdown, Volunteers. Field shrinks. Tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. To the air, it's Dennis. Throws to the back. He's got his man. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. Defense not showing press coverage. Flips it out in the flat.
Yeah, and you see they keep creeping the running backs out in the flat right there. He slips them out to the right, gets him the football quickly. But this defense, man, I tell you what, you talk about speed, seeing things, reacting, and going and getting them on the ground. Really nice job.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? The screen, he's got wheels. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. Makes the grab. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often, and with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's got him. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to find another play.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
And it's 3rd down, but they're taking no chances. They'll send the field goal unit out before halftime. And he's already made one. The holder will put it down at the 26 for a 36-yard drive. Good right down the boulevard. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Leaves it with the back. And he's able to get some positive yardage before he's brought down, and that'll bring us to halftime. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
Ready to start the second half. Alabama will kick it off. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback is in a rhythm. That was obvious in the first half. And so this first drive, you want to continue that. You want to see good decision-making. You want to see him playing on time. And as always, delivering the football.
I mean, I don't know how I don't give him the football. It's the reason I built the lead. He's the guy that I can trust.
Turning it on! Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. The big explosive play put him right on the edge, but you got to finish the deal.
And what a huge play for the offense. Hitting that throw not only is big for their comp.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Vols! No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. Football time in Tennessee is all big orange right now as the Vols have built a big lead.
And you can hear the Tennessee fans, and they're yelling Rocky Top at the top of their lungs. Tennessee's got it going. Jesse, later in the game, second half, this is right where they wanted to be.
I just think momentum's a real thing, and they've been able to ride that momentum here in the second half. When plays have presented themselves, they've taken advantage of those opportunities, and that's why Rocky Top is pulling away.
Here comes that Alabama offense. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Alabama pushing the tempo.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do good and build maybe a little bit of momentum so next week we play a little bit better football.
Dropping back, it's Dennis. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. Alabama will bring the punt team on the field. This will be a second time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in, looking for space. And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he stops. So here is the Tennessee offense. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the tight end. Complete downfield. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to go up top on first down. Swings it out to the flat. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. Pucks it out of the air. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
One of the things I love about the passing game we've seen on offense so far here is just how good the decisions have been by the quarterback. He's not being too greedy. When the shot plays have been there, he's taken them, and they've scored points because of that, but he just takes what the defense gives him, and you're just whittling away, and you're marching the ball down the field. Really good decisions by the QB.
Give to the running back. And that's a very productive first down play in bringing up 2nd and 3.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting it 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
And the Vols can really attack on this 2nd and short. Right back to him on the ground. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 3, but he is inside the 30 to the 29. Sticks it in his belt. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27.
And you give it to the big boy. I like that. Those guys are really stout. They're usually not very tall, thick as can be, used to hitting linebackers. That's what they chew on linebackers for a living. I love when you give them the football, they lower their shoulder and get that first down for
you. Using his legs, it's Hobbs. Defense holds their ground, pickup of a yard. It's at the 26.
Man, it's really hard. Control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires complete on the crosser. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Not a lot the defense can do on that one, guys. With this tight end size, he's really difficult to defend on these crossing patterns as he gets downfield.
And they'll have to settle for a field goal try. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. From the gun, the ground game. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Alabama quickly back to the line.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. DBs will try to keep everything in front. Wants to throw. It's Dennis. On target. There he goes. And they make the tackle, not before he gets the first down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the 3rd. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. One final play before the end of the quarter. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. So the final period starts with a second down play. Back to pass. On the move, he fires. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync, and that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
Back to throw. It's Dennis. Pocket breaking down. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
He wants to throw it again. Going for it all. Touchdown, Alabama! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
Perfect timing. You can tell quarterback. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open, but watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play, nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Justin, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
The Vols come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They go right back to it. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in this stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose? Well, that's what this offense right now is trying to do.
From the gun, running back on the move. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Volunteers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The inside handoff. Breaks into the open. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ball game. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
The Volunteers have it with a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Bringing the heat. Stands in and takes the hit. This will be picked off. Maybe just the turning point they needed. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Things have not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Makes the catch. It's Grimes. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. Alabama pushing the tempo.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock, that is at a premium for this offense.
Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. To the air, it's Dennis. Quarterback just flat, missed it, incomplete. Alabama with a ton of ground to cover on this 3rd down. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. That's caught. It's Matthews.
And the most important thing is the clock ticking for this defense. But you get a stop right here on 4th down, and this ball game is over. So one big stop, and you end this thing.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Tight end now in motion. The run from the shotgun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Here's the handoff. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And I know you can play these late-game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football. You preserve the lead. You got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get it done.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible.
Man, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Down to the 18-yard line, it's 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. A little release to the back. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you, running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Caught. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. To have any chance in the world, this defense has to come up with a stop on 1st and goal. Use the play fake, now to throw. Now adjusting. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Tennessee! As they push that lead out, a really good opportunity to get back in the win column. These guys looking to put the finishing touches on this game with that score.
I think you feel confident that ends it, right? Late in the game, it would take a miracle for the defense to get back in it. That miracle is no longer coming now.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes that Alabama offense. Not a lot of hope here, down 3 possessions late.
No, and I love this part as a pass rusher because I'm just pinning my ears back, getting to the quarterback. I know it's a pass every single time. Palmer, I'm trying to pad my stats. I'm sure you're just trying to stay up.
Well, we're definitely just trying to stay alive at this point, but you're also trying to build confidence, too, for your next opponent. If you can find some completions late in the game, even though it looks like you're going to lose it, it's all about building on the good things you do this week so that you're out executing at a higher level the next time.
Here comes the heat. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. This defense will try to keep everything in front. Back to pass, it's Dennis. It's complete to the right. He gets it across the 40 and out of bounds at the 38.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Second down coming up.
Come on, set.
Back to pass. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch of these receivers. A lot of times you see some...
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Alabama quickly back to the line. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can.
No gain on the play.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Finds his big tight end. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him at the 16. The Crimson Tide needs to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Hard running there. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. Back to throw, it's Dennis. Pressure coming. Snagged in the middle, it's Matthews. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Second down, he'll throw it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
And a nice touchdown. Continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense. Continue to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
The Hands team out there to avert disaster, and so they do. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. So here is the Tennessee offense. Final minute, this game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team just, they find a way to get